Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, did your second grade teacher beat you up like back in the olden days? Or lock you in a closet until you could name all the colors or something? And in answer to your question, no, she didn't. But oh my goodness, when I tell you she did some stuff that got on my nerves, ah! I still rant about her to this day. And I should probably tell you, I lied. She wasn't my second grade teacher. She was my first and second grade teacher. Yep. Got to spend 2 beautiful years with her. It's one of those double year teacher things, which is great if you like your teacher. But I'm mostly going to talk about second grade because I was in fact a tiny child and my child mush brain did not save any of my first grade memories for some reason. Whatever. But anyway, I woke up today and felt like ranting about her. So gather round all and I shall tell you the many tales of Mrs. Williams. Okay, so first of all, starting strong, she blamed me for things that I didn't do. A lot. So I was one of those kids that would try to mediate between people and help solve people's problems. The playground, can't talk today. Playground couples counselor, if you will. So that just kind of got me all mixed up in the conflict. So I got blamed for stuff, often. One situation that I distinctly remember was sitting on the floor with a few other select children from the class, and she was having some serious talk about how somebody had written an inappropriate word on the pavement, and how since this was the primary school and second grade was the oldest grade, we were supposed to be some sort of role model or something, blah, 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 blah. And one of the little kids could have seen the word and blah, blah, blah. And I just remember sitting on the floor. Like, why am I even here? What did I do to become a suspect? Do you just pick the shadiest looking kids? You dumb teacher. And I don't feel like telling the rest of that story because it's really anticlimactic because, you know, second grade drama. But you get the gist. And another reason why she was such an awful teacher was that she had favorites. And her daughter was in the class. I think you know where I'm going with this. You don't, because her daughter wasn't even her favorite. It was just a few random kids. Like, girl, you show obvious favoritism and your favorite isn't even your own freaking daughter? What the heck? And this is unrelated, but she also had these super long nails that she would tap on the board to get our attention and stuff. Like OGASMR, I don't know. So you can pretty much tell by now that my time as her student was not the best. But these last few stories are the absolute icing on the annoyingness cake. The first one was that one day we were told we were going on a field trip to the one and only Splash Pad. I don't know why, but she told us to bring a lunch and wear clothes that we were okay with getting wet just in case. Okay, so a tad weird, but whatever. We were children, so we didn't think much of it. And the day the field trip came, and I got my lunch and my water clothes, and I think my mom was chaperoning. Yeah, we're just gonna go with it. So we get there, and we sit down, like, under some trees in view of the splash pad, and she announces that we will not actually be going in the splash pad. What the heck, Miss Williams? Why are we even here then? So we just kind of had a picnic thing in our water clothes in view of the splash pad. Like, what did we do to deserve this? What the heck? Why did you do this? So, finally, we come to our final tale, the actual horror part of the story. So, one of her only redeeming qualities, well, actually the only one, was that she threw killer parties. Like, maybe she missed her calling as an event planner or something, I don't know. And I had forgotten about this, but my mom recalled how she had a huge jar of snacks, like little marshmallows and candy and pretzels and nuts and stuff. And on occasion, we would get to have a cup of the stuff. And all the second graders would just stick their hands into the jar and rummage around for a handful. There was no scoop or hand washing rule or anything, and my mom shudders at the thought of this to this day. Nasty. Absolutely nasty. But I made it through the years of her as my teacher, and looking back after all these years, I've just gotta say, good riddance. I've never missed a class once. Okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Oh goodness, animating that whole thing was a doozy. And I yet again have an even deeper respect for storytime animators who manage to make everything actually look good. The whole time I was pushing myself forward, my only thought being, the next one's gonna be shorter. But I'm glad I could cover what I did, and I actually really enjoyed a lot of the process. Hopefully I'll be able to finish another one pretty soon, so stick around if you want, and I promise this won't be the only one. Okay, that's it for me. See you next time. Bye.